I love it. Got your attention.
You got my attention.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the County of Berrien. It is a lovely September morning, and it is a pleasure to be here with all of you to conduct the business of the county. You need me to move that a little closer. Not loud enough. I'll use my big speaking voice. How's that sound? Just as a reminder, please silence or turn off all electronic devices during the duration of the meeting. If you wish to have any materials distributed to the board, please do so by giving it to the Sergeant of Arm, which is Commissioner Jim Kern. In those appropriate times during our agenda, if you wish to address the board, you can do so by going to the podium, state your name, jurisdiction, and you'll have 2 minutes to speak at the appropriate times. With all of the housekeeping completed, we do have our invocation being given by our chaplain, Commissioner Mamie Yarbrough, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, which myself will be doing since our chair had to leave unexpectedly. If you wish, please stand with us, and we'll turn it over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. As Berrien County Board of Commissioners chaplain, I want to tell you a story I want to share with you. As a child, we went to church all day and all night Sunday. And in our Black churches, we have devotion. And the way it starts is there are 2 or 3 people that's planned some kind of way. They go to the front of the church, not in the pulpit. You don't play up there. You stay on the floor, and they have things that they do. There is one person that leads a song, and it gets the congregation involved. And he may say, "Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me. Yes, Jesus loves me, for the Bible tells me so." And then there's another person there with their fingers stuck in their Bible so they can find the place. And they open the Bible and they read and they say, "This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it." And then the third person, be a man or a lady, maybe Mother Smith, it may be Brother Jones. They have a prayer, and you know what they're going to say. And as a child, I learned this, and it comes to me, and it came to me last night to say, I thank the Lord for waking us up this morning, clothed in our right mind, that our bed was not our cooling board, and that the cover was not my winding sheet. I thank the Lord that He gave us something to eat. He gave us clothes to wear, and He gave us a mission. And that is what we are on today, right now. We are here to do the very best that we can for Berrien County, for Michigan, for the United States of America, to take good care of our families, and to all this money and all the things that need to be done to make good decisions. So with God's help and with His prayers, this is what we are about to do today.
Amen. Thank you for that. Please join. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, thank you so much. That was a wonderful memory to share and a beautiful prayer. Moving on in the agenda, we will do our roll call. Bell? Curran?
Here.
Freeling? Present. Harrison?
Here.
Hinkleman? At?
Present.
Pitchford?
Present.
Tyler? Here. Borath?
Here.
Werfel? Here. Yarborough? Elliott, you have 8. Thank you. We have a quorum. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the September 11th meeting minutes. Everyone would have received a copy of that. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Pitchford. Is there support? Support by Commissioner Ott. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Minutes are approved. Communications, I think we had
You have 3.
Yes.
MI happenings, Thursday, 9/11/2025. There was an email received on 9/11/2025
Visit Southwest Michigan, get must-have prizes, take the Makers Trail Challenge. Email received 9/12, and then resolution 2025-19 from Chippewa County.
Thank you. I believe everybody received those communications electronically. Next item on the agenda is public comments regarding any resolutions that we have presented for the board. If there's anyone that wishes to address the board on those resolutions, please do so by going to the podium. Mad rush for the podium again, I see. All right, hearing none. I do have one resolution that has been requested to be pulled for discussion. That is resolution P 2509-291 related to road department complement. So outside of that resolution, we will entertain the consent calendar, and then we will take further action on the pulled resolution.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar excluding E20529.
Mike. Do that over.
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent calendar without P2502509-291.
Excellent. Do I have support? Support. So it's been made, motioned by Commissioner Pitchford, supported by Commissioner Bullrack. Any discussion on the items on consent calendar outside of that removes resolution ending in 291? All right, hearing none, roll call.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Ott. Yes. Pittsford,
Yes.
Tyler. Yes. Bullrack,
Yes.
Wolfle,
Yes.
Yarborough,
Yes.
Curran.
Yes.
Excellent. Those items have been approved. Now we will take up for consideration resolution P 2509-291. Commissioner Werfel.
Yeah, I'd like to table that motion for some questions that have been asked so we can get answers for it.
I'll support that motion to
There's
table.
been a motion to table that resolution, and that was done by Commissioner Werfel, support by Commissioner Kern to table it for further questions that need to be discussed. So that resolution has been tabled. No further action is needed at this point in time. Will be considered potentially in a future meeting. We're moving right along. We have no added resolutions. Glad that we didn't, because I didn't have to turn the page. Oh, thank you. I need to call the vote for that table. Appreciate that. She's got me in line here. So, yes, thank you. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. All right, now that item is tabled and will be considered for further action potentially in future meeting. Okay, I'll get myself together here. Moving right along, we are into committee reports, and first up is administration.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. First in to see us was the sheriff and the undersheriff, and Dave would like to report out on that.
Yes, I would. Kevin Gregory see us this morning again, and a week later than normal because we had to shuffle the schedule, but they were nice enough to come in and see us. For the month of August, you should have a email with the. Where'd Alex go? My helper. With the sheriff's report on it, and if you didn't, ask for somebody, you can get it. Sheriff's still really happy with the medical people that we've hired, and that part of our business is going very well. And the change in the kitchen is going well. They're using our equipment and we're maintaining that. And they're working through some issues as they move on, and there were 1,596 complaints worked by the Berrien County Sheriff's Office in August, and 444 tickets were handed out. Besides the pictures in the back, which have a lot of nice pictures from the fair, the things that the Sheriff's Department are doing as far as hiring, the folks are in there for awards and things. So look through those pictures and see what's going on. There's a lot of good stuff going on in the Sheriff's Department and a lot of work. They were also presented with a check for $9,000 from the Berrien County Firefighters Association. The proceeds was from the 2025 benefit car show, which they told us about a couple of weeks ago, which is really nice. And half of that's gonna go to the mounted horse unit and the reserve unit, $4,500 each. Those are volunteer organizations who spend a lot of their own money maintaining their equipment, their horses, I mean, if you've ever had a horse, I've known people with horses and convinced me I'd never want one, so they're not cheap. But anyway, things are busy at the sheriff's department, a lot of training, and the narcotics unit is taking guns and drugs off the streets at a good clip, so we're happy with that. And that's my report.
Thanks, Dave. Mark Heiliger from the road department was in to see us, and Alex would like to report out on that.
So Mark let us know that the operations are continuing throughout the county on time and on schedule. There were some construction highlights. Cleveland Avenue was near Snow and Glendora. The trench widening is continuing, or actually will start, he thinks, next week. Red Arrow Highway project in Lake Township, they just finished one of the larger culverts there. Shamrock Hills, Niles Township subdivision, the paving was completed. There were some restoration and structure adjustments that are continuing on up there. Resurfacing projects and are progressing throughout the county, again, on time, on schedule. Culvert replacement in Galen Buchanan Road. It started, or it's gonna be started?
It's completed.
Oh, it is completed. Okay, so the Glendora We Saw project by Three Oaks is estimated to be completed on the 18th. Countywide line painting, I'm sure you're seeing the trucks out there spraying the paint all over the place. But it is going where it's supposed to, so that's a good thing. And he wanted to highlight some of the training. He had 4 of the foremen went to the Michigan Public Service Institute training programs, which will help the department. And the department maintenance manual has been created. It's 96 pages. You should have all got copies of it. They'll be going through that and then bringing a resolution to the admin board for approval of that once they go through the manual. And that was about it. So I think we are good to go.
Thank you, Alex. Don Trail was in to see us from Building and Grounds, and he provided us an update on the deferred maintenance list. He's moving right along. Really kind of getting towards the end. Been a lot of projects done. There are a few left in the hopper to be done. Don's real pleased with the way things are going. We did, Brian, if all the commissioners could get a copy of the sheet that Don provided to us, I'd appreciate that. You'll also see on the back page, our back 2 pages of all the projects that were put on hold because there just wasn't enough money to go around. Well, I gotta tell you, out of the 4 commissioners, 2 out of the 4 were sitting in broken chairs. So we asked Don to appropriate 8 chairs for the administration committee because it looked like Dave Olrath was sitting on the floor. And I hope that none of the other commissioners are jealous if we do get new chairs down in our conference room. Then Brian was in to see us and he talked to us about the impact of the state not passing a budget. And I'm not going to speak for each one of the commissioners. I'll let them speak for themselves, but collectively, we said we are not in favor of laying off any of our employees. That, if the funds can be done in-house, borrowing, we don't care. We just don't want our employees laid off. And we had no resolutions. So that's our report. And I'll open it up to the 3 commissioners if you want to speak to something. Go ahead, Alex. You want to say something?
There's one more item he forgot.
Yeah, there was one item I wanted to address is everyone always hears about the bad things from their residents, how the road department doesn't do this, they don't do that. Mark did get a really nice letter from a lady in Grand Mere that was very happy with the way they are maintaining the roads there, the trimming. I just wanted to make sure to throw that out there because you always hear the negative things. So, and it's a really nice letter. I believe Mark sent this out, I think, to everyone. So you can go obviously the names are scratched out, but it's a good letter. I just wanted to make sure I got that out there.
Thank you, Alex. And if none of the admin commissioners have any comments, that's our report.
Thank you for that report. Heather, go
Mr.
ahead.
Admin Chair, for the full board, to the public, next week, Mike Crombeen will be coming to talk with you all about, quite frankly, just the state of the state. And it's something that I would encourage everyone to be here. I think it'll be a good conversation, and it really is just an update on what is the status of the state budget, what is the likelihood of the budget getting approved and avoiding a state shutdown. So that'll be next week's committee of the whole, 8:35. Crombeen will be joining remotely, and we'll just have the conversation about the likelihood of avoiding a state shutdown.
Thank you. Are
Yep.
there any other questions for Edmund? All right, hearing none. Madam Chair of Finance.
I'm ready.
Yay.
Our administrator, Brian Dissett, our chairperson, Mac Elliott, came into our committee meeting. Mac had to go and had an appointment, but he came in to give us a quorum so that we could vote on things and anything that we wanted to ask him. And what Administrator Dissett brought to us was the fact that the Schwartz drain, which is in Three Oaks, Michigan, had been with the realtor for 6 months. So in February, we set up
Would you like me to cover this?
yeah.
So February, the Board of Commissioners approved an authorizing resolution allowing us to list the property with Brian Savage. That was set up for a 6-month period. We have run through that 6 months. A resolution will be brought forward to the Finance Committee to extend through the end of the calendar year. And that was generally the update. More to come on that. As a reminder, we own roughly 36 acres of property within the village of Three Oaks. We acquired this through an action involving both the Drain Commissioner's Office and the Treasurer's Office.
Mhm.
Madam Chair, did that cover it?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, that was it.
Yep.
And then we accepted our minutes. We also had a bid. And it was with the our Community Development Department, with Katie Montoya. And what it was we had money, and there was an amount projected cost of $24,500, and we put out. This was to a personal person that owned a house. We've had drawings, and so many people had applied. This was $24,500, and there were 2 companies that construction companies that bidded on this work that needed to be done, and one was $28,630. The other one was $32,800. And these bids are being given to the Community Development Department to decide what they can do, possibly going with the lower bid if it's all the things that was needed. So that has happened. We also had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waivers. And do you want me to read them? What they are? But there were waivers, and we concurred that, and rather than making a motion, this is what we do on waivers, and agreed that the things needed to be done, and the money's there and it will be done. Did I say we accepted the minutes? Yes, thank you. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else. Those are the things that we covered. Can you think of anything more, Commissioner Freeling?
Yeah, just for the board, one of the waivers was a waiver for the engagement of Peerless Midwest, and this is for the well drilling and fire suppression work at the juvenile center. We will bring forward an authorizing resolution prior to that contract award.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
That's it.
That's your report?
Yes.
Sorry, yeah, perfect.
Mhm.
I can't think of anything else that, more that.
Anything
Yeah.
else? Okay.
Are there any questions for finance? Hearing none, we'll move on to the chair of PHS.
Thank you, Madam Vice Chair. We also met this morning. We had a lengthy discussion regarding a vacancy report for the juvenile center prepared by the HR department. And so we've got a number of questions that I think will end up with a visitation from the leadership at the juvenile center. So we fully understand all the numbers and what they mean. We had two resolutions. One was the per diem that we acted on during the consent calendar. And the second is a renewal of a lease, a 3-year lease with Third Coast Surf Shop. This is for rental of equipment. And so we were fine with that. And then we had a great report from the Parks Department talking about the volume over the holiday, over the summer, and any of the issues that they experienced. Jill spoke to appreciation from the Sheriff's Department for all the support they provided through the summer, and then had a full complement of lifeguards. And, you know, I think the number of issues are pretty much consistent with prior years, even though volume of cars in the parking lot was down a bit. It's seasonal, so we'll just see what happens next year. So we had our chairman wave as he left the building, and then did not have the opportunity of our administrator coming to visit with us. So we're good. And that would conclude my report.
Thank you for that report. Are there any questions for, oh, thank you. Are there any questions for personnel? I had my mic off. Brian caught it for me. All right, hearing none, we will move on to commissioner reports. And Commissioner Ott, I'm going to start with you.
Let me see. Nope, no report.
All right, no report.
No report.
So I attended our Michigan Committee on Juvenile Justice meeting this week. We talked about the new rollout of the Juvenile Center bed management tool. So if you go to MDHHS, you can get taken to the link that'll show you what is the bed availability for all the juvenile centers across the state of Michigan. I have it pulled up right here, and it says that we have one bed available. So that means our juvenile center is being used as well as the others across the state. That's great. We also talked about, so what our committee is kind of thinking through is how to, get all the all of the courts across the state of Michigan to better report on competency for juveniles that are standing trial, just to make sure that they are, able to stand trial if they need more mental health services. And so that is something that we discussed as a committee. We're talking about getting legislators together to try to form a work group to kind of roll that out and see what that looks like. I attended the Mental Health Authority meeting with Commissioner Ott. We approved our budget. We're seeing a well-balanced budget. In fact, on specialty services, we're seeing a surplus right now. So that's good. And we also discussed how, if MDHHS goes through with the reconstruction of PHAP, I think I butchered that, but if they go through with that restructure, about 2/3 of the Riverwood budget will be cut. So, we just discussed, kind of where we are with seeking the injunction from the courts, and, hopefully there's a stall so that we can regather and see what is the best way to move forward. We also were able to get some board education. Some of our services were, we talked about some of the services that Riverwood provides. And we got a family who, there was a young man who came in, he received services, and he and his mom, spoke highly of the services that we provide and, just how much of a growth that they've seen since since receiving our services. So that was good. And I think that's about it. Yeah.
You get it off, John. I leave it to you.
Oh, one more thing. Commissioner Ide and I, we serve on the Substance Use Disorder Oversight Policy Board. And so this past week, that board, voted on PA2 funding. And I did a one-on-one call with Joel Smith from SWIMBA, and we just went over, some of the funding that Berrien County is going to get. And so for this year, we're getting a healthy amount, but we talked about, just questions of sustainability going forward. For the next 2 years, we'll probably be sitting on, a good amount of cash because of funds being transferred over years. But in a couple of years, we may need to talk about, maybe scaling back some of our services because the money won't necessarily be there with what the cuts coming from the state and the federal level. So we talked about that, and I'll have more for you the more we meet and discuss. That concludes my report.
Last Thursday, I attended the Brownfield Redevelopment Authority. We approved the Allen Edwin Homes Hollywood Glen Lord Road Brownfield Plan. There will be 120 homes, 12 will be restricted low income on a 54.2 acre of land. So went back on the River Oaks South Brownfield Redevelopment Project, which is located in the city of Waterville. We 381 work plan, and we also approved a resolution approving reimbursement and the terms and conditions. That's all.
I attended 911 quality assurance, and because it was at Madeline Bertrand Park, I attended the Parks Board. Their meeting, so that's my report.
No report.
So I apologize for missing last week's meeting, but since 2 weeks ago, I attended the transportation meeting out at the Health Department, Human Services Council meeting, and also several meetings regarding the Grand Mayor outlet and the issues with the state of Michigan.
Attended the Brownfield. Sharon did a great job of summarizing that. We should have a public hearing on that. Is that coming up next week? I know Dan was going to try for the end of the month, but with Mike Convey.
2 weeks, not for, yeah.
1st of October. So that Brownfield, and then I attended a Connexus Investment Committee meeting last Friday, and then we had Parks yesterday. Bob summarized Parks pretty much today for PHS. So that's my report.
I attended the Parks meeting yesterday. What is it there, fall
Newsletter, yeah.
Newspaper is out, and I just thought it was beautiful, the color and all. And then I thought, well, we have a new printing department, but we don't. And what Jill said was that the printing department said, if you want to do a letter, let us know and bring things to us. And I think this is more pages than usual, and it's just very attractive. And then I want to let you know that on October 4th, from 8 a.m. to 12 noon is the community recycling event. It's in Buchanan at the landfill there. So remember that. Most things are free. I don't know if this is the time when they take electronic things and you have to pay, but you might check that out to see if you can use it. I'm just trying to see what else. That's it.
I too was at the Brownfield, but that's been well covered. I appreciate all of the work that you all do on the different committees that you serve on. Moving forward, administrator report?
Nothing further to report. We've got a closed session to get into,
Yes, sir.
so I'll let you move forward.
All right, moving on in the agenda, we come to general public comments. Anything that you wish to discuss with the Board of Commissioners, you can do so by going to the podium and you'll have 2 minutes to address the board.
Dr. Hager. Did you say there was a meeting last week? You pulled my leg, weren't you?
I was not.
I wasn't either.
I know,
You-
I was pulling your leg earlier.
Pull the left one next time, okay. Okay, I want to say something about the first responders. Now, my definition, I almost got into it with, what's his name? My definition of first responder is a person that calls 911, not him. No, we call the, I know these called them first responders. I see if I walk out, drive down the road or something, I see somebody getting beat up or something, I call 911. And that person's gonna ask you all kinds of questions. That she's gonna determine whether it's in a cop out there or fire department or whatever. So, but I wanna make it perfectly clear. You cannot call him or the fire department first responder. That's your definition. That's not my definition. First, if I wouldn't call 911, they wouldn't know where to go. Now, no, they're out. That's part of their job, isn't it? I call 911 and the operator calls whatever department. And then they have to go out there and respond to what I was complaining about. So my definition of 911 or first responder is a little bit different than what his face there was saying. So 911 is not those guys right there. You say they're 911 or the fire department. I'm not saying that. They're about the third responder.
2 minutes, sir.
Mr. Pelzer, thank you for your comments, and we appreciate you being an engaged citizen, responding to those people who may be in need by reaching out to those who have been trained to respond to those emergency calls. So we appreciate your comments. Are there any other public comments at this time? All right, hearing none. Other business? Any other business?
No.
There are no announcements or reminders. So the next item that is on our agenda, we do have a closed session scheduled under MCL 15.268 1E, which is the clause to consult with attorney regarding trial or settlement strategies in connection with specific pending litigation. The case is cited there within our agenda. And so I would entertain a motion to go into closed session.
Quick question first, is
Yes.
there anything that will come out of the session?
I believe minutes.
Resolutions or motions?
I believe that at a minimum, yes, you have the minutes, and I believe that the attorney may request an action for the board's consideration. However, I don't have Thaddeus right here to confirm, so I apologize.
No, that's okay. Just
So
so the
then-
public's aware.
Yep,
I'll make the motion to enter closed session.
so
Motion has been made by Commissioner Warfel, supported by Commissioner Volrath, to go into closed session. This requires a roll call.
Bell,
Yes.
Kern,
Yes.
Freeling,
Yes.
Harrison,
Yes.
Ott,
Yes.
Pitchford, Tyler,
Yes.
Borath, Werfel, Yarborough.
Yes.
You're